Hello my fellow oddities and welcome to a new video. A very important video as we will be answering two age-old questions. Who has the strongest aura in all of Mortal Kombat and who has the weakest aura in all of Mortal Kombat? We have a tier list here: max aura, strong aura, decent aura, weak aura, and finally no aura. We're going to be putting all of these Mortal Kombat characters, every single one that's been appearing across the franchise, we're going to put them in these different tiers. And to define aura, I guess it's when you enter a room, do you turn heads firstly? Do people even notice you? But the second thing is, when they do notice you, what vibe do you give off? Do you give off a vibe of, oh, this person can hurt me, or this person can do crazy things, he's super powerful? Do you come across as dominant or powerful when you enter a room? Without people knowing what your accolades are, what you're able to do, how skilled you are. It's just based off of how you present yourself, how you look, maybe stuff about your backstory, what kind of person you are, what your occupation is, stuff like that. Background stuff, not really stuff that you actually contributed to the world, because obviously I can just think, oh, well, this person is super skilled, they could beat me up. But it's not about skill, it's about how you present yourself. That makes people think, oh, maybe this person is skilled. So that's kind of what aura is. You guys probably get what I mean by now. But, you know, aura can really help you win a fight. Honestly, if your opponent overestimates you, or especially if they're scared of you or something, aura can go a long way. So aura is definitely an important thing to have if you're a fighter. And all of these people are fighters. So we're going to have to go through this pretty quickly to make this not a super long video. We are starting off with Astra. I'm going to put Astra in decent aura. I think her being a demon really helps her here. I feel like if she had the same design and everything, she would probably be lower, like weak or no aura. But I think her backstory of being a demon once kind of makes her feel a little bit off. Whenever you look at her, whenever if you're a character in universe, whenever you're around her, it probably feels a little bit off because like you could maybe go crazy any moment, kind of like, I don't know, a character like Bruce Banner having aura, because you never know when something crazy could happen. I think it's a little less maybe with Astra, just because you're pretty confident that, like, you know, she's not an evil person. She's not gonna just go crazy on me. But still a little bit there. Baraka, I think I'm gonna put in weak aura. I think a lot of people will put him in no aura just because, you know, he is quite known for being a jobber. But this dude still got some pop when he was revealed for MK11 with the crowd and stuff. So I feel like he isn't completely in no aura. He isn't completely helpless with the amount of times he's lost. But, you know, it's getting pretty bad for Baraka. Actually, well, no, it's not getting bad. It's actually starting to improve, but it was pretty bad for a while. But, you know, I think his appearance helps. His blades are aura-filled. You know, a lot of iconic aspects about him. But unfortunately, his reputation kind of lessens his aura a little bit. Blaze is a hard one. Main villain of Armageddon. He's supposed to be the big bad, but I'm going to put him in weak aura. People usually forget about Blaze. Yeah, I mean, no one really knows his accomplishments or what he's done. Even just as a regular character, when he was just like the normal person, Blaze, that was just like human-sized, I guess. And he has a little bit more aura in his giant Blaze form. But, you know, yeah, I can't put him in no aura because he was a main villain, but like people don't put this guy on the same pedestal as they do as like Shao Kahn or Onaga or anything like that. Baraicho, he has some of that like old man aura. Like, yeah, this dude can fight. But unfortunately, because of what he does in his fights, I feel like you know, he has weak aura. Maybe decent aura, you could argue, but I feel like you have to put him in weak aura, especially, you know, with his size. You're gonna initially think when you look at him, this guy's not gonna do anything to me. But, you know, he does have a little bit of aura just because, you know, trainer of Liu Kang, Kung Lao. But usually that doesn't really do much for him. People still don't really take him seriously. Cassie Cage is gonna go no aura to Gen Z. Yeah, Gen Z people don't really have aura, even though they were the ones that came up with the term. Cetrion, also going to go no aura because you saw the scene with Jackie and Jax. They were not intimidated at all, and I understand that they're brave characters, but you can't be an elder god and just not intimidate these people at all. Jax was just like, we can take on this Elder God, and they actually beat John. So clearly they were right. Chameleon, you have to put him in weak aura just because it hasn't really done anything. But he has some of that mysterious aura, which is why I'm not putting him in no aura or anything. He has some of that mysterious aura since we just know pretty much nothing about him. Cole Young. Cole Young has to have decent aura. Listen, this man was an MMA fighter, probably with a losing record, I would imagine. Lost to some dude. I don't even remember what his name was. Took the belt from Eddie Tobias. Who is Eddie Tobias? Probably a bum. But he was still taken seriously by the Outworlders, by the other Earthrealmers, by Raiden. I mean, he wasn't taken seriously that much by Raiden, but no one was really taken seriously by Raiden in that movie. But he still was able to hold his own. He still felt like he was able to be a part of the team in the minds of the in-universe people. Not the fans, obviously. But I think Cole Young, for what he was compared to the other people, he got a military, two military veterans, special forces members. You got Liu Kang, been training all his life, has his special ability, which I don't want to say the exact name of because kind of a trigger for me. Kung Lao, they're pretty much the same thing as Liu Kang. So much characters with more rich histories of fighting. Cole Young, just an MMA fighter who lost a lot of fights, like a Taito Iwasa or something. I don't know why, but Cole Young, his career, I feel like his career is probably like Taito Iwasa's. I don't know why. If you don't know who Taito Iwasa is, look him up. Cole Young was still able to be a part of that and not feel out of place in the minds of people in the movie, and also beat Goro. That's a major thing. Cyber Sub-Zero. I think Cyber Sub-Zero has weak aura. Most people forget about him when it comes to thinking about the cyborgs. I actually think he looks cooler than the other cyborgs in MK9, but people usually just forget about this guy. People usually just like Sub-Zero being Sub-Zero and being human. Another cyborg, we have Cyrax. I'll put Cyrax in decent aura. I think, among all of these cyborgs, he's kind of like the middle of the road when it comes to aura. Not a lot of aura like some other cyborgs we'll talk about, but not too little aura either, like Cyber Sub-Zero. Then we got Dagon. Dagon, it's between decent aura and weak aura. I think that Scar with the pale eye, that does a lot. Any character that has that is going to have aura. But at the end of the day, he's still not a character many people really care about that much. I feel like if you walked in a room, if you had a bunch of fans, I don't know, in a room or something, and Dagon walked in, they wouldn't be as like ecstatic as if like Scorpion or something walked in the room. Yeah, if that makes sense. Dairyu, no aura. Darius, no aura. Draman. Draman's gonna go in weak aura. Listen, Draman, despite not being a real jobber, like he doesn't lose that much compared to other characters, I still feel like Draman has like jobber energy. Same thing with Moloch. We'll actually rank Moloch right now. They both got jobber energy. Like, I don't really know how to describe it. They feel like characters that would be jobbers. They feel like characters that would be goons. Yeah, that word is ruined for me. But, I don't really know how else to describe it. Like henchmen to some main villain. They don't feel like actual characters themselves. But yeah. Devora, I'm going to put her in weak aura. Even though, she has done a lot of things. Killing Scorpion, killing Mileena, killing Baraka. For the amount of stuff that she's done, she doesn't have the aura to back it up, She doesn't have the aura that should come from killing off those characters. So, people don't really take her seriously. People don't really like her. I feel like, if you had a choice between which characters, which Mortal Kombat characters you would want to fight, most people would pick none of them. But, if you have to pick one, I feel like Devora would be one of the ones that people would want to fight just so that they can punch her in the face. It's more so like a I don't like you type of aura. It's not like a type of aura where it's like, oh, you're scary. Like, I don't want to fight you. It's like someone you want to punch in the face versus someone you don't want to punch in the face. Like, I don't know. like a Mike Tyson or Floyd Mayweather. Like, most people would want to punch Floyd Mayweather in the face. Most people would not want to punch Mike Tyson in the face because they have different types of aura. Ermac has to go in strong aura. I know he is a jobber. Not as much in MK1 and stuff. MK11 was when it hit the real low with him being not even playable in the game and just literally having one scene where he dies in the crypt. That got pretty bad, but honestly, Ermac still has strong aura. Like, even through all of that, something about him, I don't know, maybe it's the mysteriousness of him. It's just, he gives off something that just makes you go, yeah, this dude is crazy. Like, most people would not want to fight Ermac. It's like with the example I just gave with Devora. He'd be one of the characters you wouldn't want to fight. Not because he's the toughest battle or anything. He's definitely not. But something about him is just like, I don't know. I feel like you could crazy things to me. So yeah, Aaron Black. Well, actually, Aaron Black kind of has to go in strong aura. Honestly, I can't put him in max aura because he has done nothing of note. But Aaron Black has thrived, and the only reason he's as liked as a character is because of aura. Like, the only reason he has fans is because of aura. Because he just had this crazy aura that just made people like him for whatever reason. And that's why he has such a huge fan base. Even though he's done literally nothing. He has done absolutely nothing in MKX or MK11. He's just lost. I don't know if he's won a single fight in either of those games. So yeah, Aaron Black is in strong aura, which you wouldn't think initially. I didn't think initially, but honestly, he has to go there. Sektor, no aura. Frost, no aura. Too complainy. Like, ooh, Fujin has to go in max aura. How do I describe this? He has like anime aura, you know. He has like main character of an anime type aura. Like Dragon Ball, like Dragon Ball aura, like Goku, like that. I'm not like a weeb or anything, so I don't really know much about that. But when I just think of anime, like Fujin's kind of the Mortal Kombat character I associate with anime. I don't know why, but I feel like Fujin's one of those guys that like his resting face is like that's just like how he looks normally when he's like not talking. He's just like living his life. He's just like. I think that's how he is, guys. Like, I just think clearly, like I don't know. That's the aura he gives off. Garrus, I'll give decent aura. I think it's mostly because of his voice. What's it? Was it Phil Lamar that does Garrus's voice, or is it no? Wasn't it the no? I think that's Phil Lamar does his voice in MK1. I think in MK11 he has Atrocitus, his voice actor from MK11. I think it's also Shao Kahn's voice actor, maybe. I don't know. I don't remember what the voice actor's name is, but pretty sure, you know, across both games, like, he basically sounds the same, but, you know, he sounds cool, and that's why he has aura. Goro, max aura. Like, there's not really anything you can say. From the very beginning, he's always had max aura. He's always been that character, from people in the 90s being like, wow, you know, Goro, like, people were more scared of Goro than they were of Shang Tsung, who is the actual main villain. So Goro has to be in max aura. I understand he's kind of fallen off since losing to Liu Kang that first time. Has lost the majority of everything he's been in, every fight he's been in every piece of media. Lost to freaking Cole Young of all people. So yeah, you know, he's on a downward spiral, but he still has aura. Havik. It would have been strong aura. But I think you have to put him down just because MK1, the emo haircut is crazy. But MK1 really like tanked his character, like tanked his hype. You know, people were begging for Havik to be an MK. I don't know about MKX, but definitely MK11 and then MK1. Like, people really wanted this guy in the game, in the games. But when he actually came to MK1, like, they did nothing with him. Like, I don't know what people were expecting with Havik. Like, I feel like people didn't even want him in the game for like story reasons. They just thought, this guy has aura. I want him in. But they gave a version of Havik that just had no aura at all, and so that just completely ruined his hype, and now nobody really cares for Havik. I think he is going to be in that the story expansion, I think. So I guess that's cool. But we'll see if he gets more aura. But you know, this game literally, this game literally retconned Havik to be dire. Oh no! I forgot that they retconned Havik to be dire. That's tragic. Motaro, no aura. Suhao. Okay, hear me out here. Suhao in weak aura because, hear me out here. Suhao has so little aura that it comes back around to having aura because you're so scared of like losing to him. If that makes sense. Like you don't want to lose. Like I don't know. I would rather fight like I don't know some mid-level fighter. I don't know like Ano or something. Who is pretty similar to Havik or to Suhao, in abilities and stuff. But I feel like I would rather fight someone like Kano just because the risk of losing to Suhao, like the reputation that's at stake for losing him is so crazy that like I would just no, not taking that risk. Not taking that risk. I'm not losing to friggin' Suhao. Like a lot of people would probably just think easy fight, but I feel like if you're actually in the moment, like, do you want to fight Suhao or someone else? Like people would be like, well, it's an easy fight, but what if it isn't? And yeah, so that's why I don't know if I'm making sense, but that's why Suhao's in weak aura. Jackie, no aura, plank of wood. Jade has arousing aura, but not like pure arousal, more like threatening arousal aura, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm putting it in strong aura though. Jarek, no aura. Jax. I'll put him in weak aura. Not really sure. I don't know. Most of the human characters are just gonna be in like weak aura or something because like I don't know. They're just there. They're just normal people. Johnny. I was gonna put him in weak aura, but honestly, I think he should be in no aura. He's too goofy. He's too many jokes. Like I wouldn't be scared to fight him. Like he's not gonna like mess me up or anything. I wouldn't expect him to like brutalize me or mutilate me in any way or hurt me or torture me while fighting. Cabal. I'll put Cabal in decent aura. I think before MK11, he definitely had huge amounts of aura. MK3, Cabal, and Deception Cabal especially. They had a lot of aura. MK9 Cabal, a little less, but still had it. Just because, I don't know, the way I describe it with Cabal is like, he has a lot of things that like you just think, why? Like, why do you have this? Like, why do you have super speed? Like, nobody else gets powers when they become in contact with Outworld. Like, no one else does that. Why are you the only one that like just suddenly gets the ability to have super speed? Like that doesn't really make sense. And then you think, why do you have these hook swords? Like you were a black dragon once, but that doesn't really explain why you have these. Like, why are these your weapons specifically? Like, I feel like there's a lot of backstory to Cabal that we just don't know, and that makes him a cooler character. Like, I feel like he's one of those characters that outside of the Mortal Kombat universe still has like adventures and stuff outside of it, like that are interesting. Like, I feel like most of the other characters are just like, like, I don't know. When we're not doing Mortal Kombat, it feels like you're just like a normal person. That's boring. Kai, no aura. Kano will go in weak aura. Like, he's obviously a criminal lord, overlord, I don't know what it's called, but he's taken over a criminal empire, black market or whatever. And yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, he just, I don't know. Something about him isn't very intimidating. He feels too run of the mill. He feels too like, oh, we deal with this guy all the time. It's just like whatever. Like a little speed bump. It was like a little speed bump. Kenshi. Kenshi's going in max aura. Listen, guys. Blind people kind of got insane aura. Like, think about it. Like, have you ever seen a blind person that didn't have aura? At least in like fictional media. Like, every single blind person in fictional media has aura. Like they just do. Like whether it's Daredevil, whether it's a Daredevil's mentor, or is it like Stitch or something like that. Like he had aura as well. Kenshi obviously has aura. Who are some other blind people in fiction? I don't know, but they always have aura. All right, Kenshi is no different. And also Corey Kenshin did a lot for Kenshi's aura, the samurai fan base, stuff like that, and also just a cool character. Like I don't know, like you know he's got his swords and stuff, and you know he has ancestors and can move things, telekinesis, telekinesis, right? Not telepathy is the mind reading. Telekinesis is moving stuff, right? Yeah. Chameleon is going to go on the same level as other Chameleon. Kentaro, no aura. You can't have aura if your whole shtick is like something someone else has already accomplished, and aura is just the better version of Kentaro. Kira, no aura. Katana's an interesting one. I'll put Katana in decent aura. I think that's where she belongs. Because it's half and half with Katana. Sometimes she's like pretty cool. Sometimes she has that threatening arousal aura that Jade has. I don't really like when Katana has that. And sometimes she just has no aura. She's just like a damsel in distress or whatever. Like, I don't know, MK9 Katana or Shaolin Monk's Katana or something like that. But I think that the best aura for Katana is definitely like MK11 aura. Like the Katana Con aura. That's the best aura. MK1 Katana, they just did nothing with her, so like she doesn't really have aura. Not in the sense of she has no aura, but we don't know enough about her for her to have. We don't know her aura in MK1 because she isn't there. She's like I know like aura is supposed to be like you're just there, but somehow people still think you're cool. But MK1, like she's so shunned, like we don't really even get to understand her, the way she carries herself. I don't know, she's kind of bland. She's kind of bland in MK1. But I'm still going to put her a decent aura, mostly for MK11, and like the idea of the character, the concept, what she's capable of. That's why I have her in decent aura. I don't know, maybe I'm being too gracious. Cobra has no aura. Collector has no aura. Listen to me, guys. Kotal Khan, I won't put him in strong aura, but I'm putting him in decent aura. I understand he loses a lot. He loses a lot. He's a loser. He's a loser. But listen, even though he takes a lot of L's, he still has aura. Like, come on. Like, if this was pre-MKX, like Kotal Khan, like in the build-up to MKX, he would have had max aura. Like, this dude had crazy aura. But I still think he has aura even now. Like, the way he carries himself, he's always standing tall. He's always like, he has the presence of a Khan, you know? It's just like, when he actually, like, has to do stuff, he usually fails. And that's definitely a heavy hitter. Like, his aura has gone down quite a lot. He's not taken as seriously. But I still feel like he has a lot there. He has a lot. In his appearance, in his backstory, like coming from nothing, started from the bottom, now we here. You know, Drake style. I don't know if Kotal... I'm not going to make that joke. Kronika, no aura. Kung Jin, I think I'm also going to put Kung Jin in no aura. Not just because he's gay. Well, yeah, it is because he's gay. Listen. It's not that it's a bad thing or anything. It makes you a little less intimidating. It's the way it is. All right. I don't want to get canceled. It's just it makes you a little less intimidating when I know like. I'm not gonna elaborate. Kung Lao. Unfortunately, Kung Lao has fallen off quite heavily from the aura list. Because you know, just like the reception around him being like jealous of Liu Kang. And whenever you become jealous, you lose all your aura. Kung Lao doesn't quite lose all his aura because like I don't know, I feel like it's something that people just think of him as like jealous of Liu Kang. It's not really something that's ever been like clearly established. It's just something people like think of him as. Well, that's kind of weird. But you know, he also has the hat, and the hat has to give you aura. But you know, he's very close to the no aura range. Like in the NRS era, you're gonna hear this a lot. You probably already have. Actually, have you? I don't know. But the NRS era has kind of tanked a lot of characters' aura. And I think Kung Lao is one of them. Li Mei, I'll put in decent aura. Like, she has that Asian lady that can beat you up type aura. Then we have Liu Kang. Liu Kang is an interesting one. I don't think he's in max aura. Like a lot of people would put him in max aura. I don't think he's that. I honestly think Fire God Liu Kang has less aura than the normal Liu Kang, because it feels the normal Liu Kang feels more like, you know, he can grind it out, you know, whereas Fire God Liu Kang feels too like, he feels spoiled, like one of those spoiled kids that just gets whatever he wants. But you know, old Liu Kang would like work for it and stuff. But I still feel like I guess the best way I can put it is if like, I feel like if other characters were the main character of Mortal Kombat, then villains would be more scared of them or whatever. Because when Liu Kang is about to fight a villain, whether it's Shao Kahn, whether it's Shang Tsung, Shinnok, any of those guys, Kronika, it feels like they don't take him very seriously. It feels like they aren't very like intimidated by them. They're not like worried about what they could do to disrupt their plans. But I feel like if a character like Kenshi or like Fujin was the main character of Mortal Kombat, you know, they would give off more main character energy. I think that's the thing, is Liu Kang doesn't have enough main character energy, which is a good thing, a little bit, because it makes him more interesting as a character. A lot of main characters are just boring because they're just planks of wood that do everything right, but it doesn't do too much for his aura. So I'm going to put him, not even in strong aura, I'm going to put him in decent aura. Motaro I'll put in weak aura. Most of these types of characters I put in no aura, but Motaro has something. Just something about him. I don't know. Honestly, just having something about you that I can't even describe, honestly should put you like higher on the aura, but I don't feel comfortable doing that. Meat probably has to go in no aura. I made a video on why, or how, you can get Meat have more aura by making him an actual cool character, which you can watch in the top right hand corner. So definitely do that. Mileena? Mileena's a weird one. She has that huge fan base, but I don't know if that really does much for her aura. If anything, I think it lessens it just because of how like it makes her feel like a pop star. Makes her feel like a pop star that just like has a bunch of fans that are like and foaming at the mouth for her and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll put her in decent aura, right next to Katana. I think the version of Katana that have the most aura is MKX Katana, even though she dies, and Deception Katana, especially. I think Deception Katana, or not Katana, Mileena has the most aura out of any version of Mileena. And I think MK1 kind of dipped down the aura a little bit just because she's so much more like relatable and normal. And MK9 did a lot to lessen her aura because she just sucked in that game. But yeah, I'll put her in decent aura. Mocap, no aura. That should be obvious. Motaro should have more aura for the type of character he is, but he doesn't. I'll put him in decent aura because he is still cool. I do still hear people who played MK3 talking about him as like, you know, oh, this character was kind of scary or this character was annoying. That's mostly what I hear, is he was annoying to play against, but you know, he's still kind of that intimidating presence that people think back on and go, oh, Motaro, yeah, that guy. Nightwolf has some strong aura. You can't deny that. Nightwolf, you know, a little bit just because he's Native American, and like Native Americans inherently have aura. Like if you're Native American, you have aura. Like you don't even have to be like in a tribe living out in the wilderness or whatever. You can just like be a normal person who happens to be Native American. You have aura. You just have it. Like is that offensive? Am I gonna get canceled for that? But listen, he has aura. Nightwolf has literal aura. All right, he has the spiritual aura around him. So you know he has to be high up. I won't put him in max aura or anything, but you know, Nightwolf has a lot of aura. Natara, weak aura. Like she's a vampire, so vampires have to have a little bit of aura. But Megan Fox, if every time you speak I can't take you seriously, then you can't have aura. Noob Saibot, max aura. This should be obvious. Like, come on, it's Noob Saibot. Like, yes, he loses a lot, but still, like being the OG Sub-Zero and then coming back with cool powers, having another guy that can split off from you, and you know. A lot of people think Noob Saibot is stronger than he probably actually is because he just has that aura of being like one of the OP characters, even though he's not really an OP character. Another max aura character here, Onaga. Onaga is honestly the character with the most aura. You can't deny it. This man does not have the type of accomplishments, the type of like clear outlined, just evil things that he's done, cool things that he's done as other villains like Shao Kahn, even Shinnok, even Shang Tsung. he does not have those types of things. Like, yeah, he brought the Kami Dogus together, utilizing Shujinko, but what did he really do with that? He didn't really do much off of that. While Shao Kahn conquered Edenia and merged it with Outworld. That's a big accomplishment. We don't even know what Onaga was doing when he was Emperor of Outworld. We don't know anything. We just know he was the Emperor, Shao Kahn killed him, and that's it. But he just has aura because he was the OG. He was the OG Emperor, and he just has this insane aura. The way he looks, the way people react to him, like, you know, having to have 3 people team up to fight him. 3 powerful people, Quan Chi, Shang Tsung, and Raiden. Obviously, that doesn't really contribute to aura specifically because that is more of like a you're actually powerful thing instead of like how people perceive you as powerful, or the vibe, how powerful you are. But come on, Onaga has insane aura. Probably the most aura out of any character. Quan Chi's going to no aura. Bro has rat aura, I guess. So I'll put him in weak aura because he does have aura, but like not particularly good aura. Like it's like you're a backstabber kind of dumb. He has scummy aura. Then we have Raiden. Raiden before NRS would have been a lot higher, but I think ever since the NRS era, he's kind of been a bit lame. Kind of goody two shoes. Raiden. You know, I mean, obviously Raiden, part of his character is always going to be goody two shoes. Like, always going to be a good character. But I feel like, I don't know. There was just more intrigue to Raiden before the NRS era. I think once he became like the main character, and we just got to follow him, and you know, he was kind of like our POV character for MK9, some parts of MKX, some parts of MK11. I think it just became like too much. Like people became sick of Raiden. Raiden in MK1. I'm gonna put him in weak aura. Actually, I think he's just kind of a knockoff of Liu Kang, but less interesting. And it really should have been Kung Lao. That should have been the main character of MK1 timeline. And Raiden should have been the Kung Lao to Kung Lao's Liu Kang. I hope that made sense. Rain, I'm gonna put in no aura because just like Kung Jin, well, not exactly like Kung Jin, but because it's not confirmed, but he has gay aura, you know, like, and that's almost worse. Like being actually gay, but then having gay aura, like those are 2 separate things. I think Rain is worse. I'm definitely getting canceled for this video. Reiko, no aura, like I said. If your whole shtick is following someone else and being like someone else, then you can't have aura. Reptile, I mean, I think you have to kind of, actually, I'll put Reptile in decent aura because people expect more from Reptile, you know? Like, I was going to say, like, oh, he should be on the same level as Baraka. But, like, when it comes to Reptile, like, people are more excited whenever they see that he's in a game. And when he is a jobber, they expect more from him. They're like, oh, Reptile, why aren't you cooler? Why can't you do more things? You know, you were an OG of the first Mortal Kombat game. Whereas with Baraka, I don't know, it's not really getting used to it because they're kind of the same level of jobber. But it's just like, people are more accepting of Baraka being a jobber. So I think Reptile has a little bit more aura. But yeah, Serena. I mean, all goth girls have Serena. All goth girls have aura. But I actually think most goth girls have more aura than Serena. I'll put her in weak aura. Scorpion. This is a big one. A lot of people are gonna have Scorpion in max aura. I'm gonna put him in strong aura. I think he complains too much, and he's just too emotional to be in max aura. I feel like Hanzo Asashi, or like a calm version of Scorpion, that would be even more terrifying than actual Scorpion. Because when he's angry, that's kind of like what you expect. Like, it's just like, whatever. But like, you know when people get so angry that they become calm again? Like, that would be terrifying. But Scorpion isn't really like that. So yeah, I feel like a calm Scorpion would be max aura. But normal Scorpion, strong aura. Twilight Scorpion, I'm just going to put no aura. Kind of whatever character. Sektor, I'm also putting strong aura. I think he has the most aura out of any of the Cyber Ninjas. Son of the Grandmaster, became the Grandmaster of the Lin Kuei. Obviously, we're not like considering exactly what they've done. It's just more of the vibe they give off. Honestly, his color being red does a lot for his aura. I don't know, something about it. Just the way that the Cyber Ninja design looks with a red color, like it gives off so much aura. Just an insane amount of aura. But yeah, I think Sektor definitely That definitely one of the cyber ninjas with the stronger aura, the strongest aura out of all the cyber ninjas. Shang Tsung, a lot of people would put Shang Tsung in max aura, just like with Scorpion. I'm gonna put him in strong aura. I think he's too goofy. I think, Kerry Tagawa, obviously the best version of Shang Tsung. But I feel like there's just something about Shang Tsung that's just too, silly about him. With specifically Kerry Tagawa Shang Tsung. They can't fully take him seriously, but he does still have a lot of aura. I don't know, I can't even describe it, but he's close to having max aura. But it's almost like he has too much aura. It's like he has too much aura that it becomes silly how much aura he has. I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is with Shang Tsung. Shao Kahn, NRS tanked him. They made him a big dumb brute. Bumbling buffoon, even though he should be calm, calculated. He should be a good negotiator. He should have a way with words, but he just doesn't. He just doesn't in the more recent games, and that sucks because he should be in max aura for the arguable main villain of the entire series. Shiva has weak aura. The only reason she has any aura is because of the Shiva stomp. Even that was nerfed, so I'll give her the credit for it, even though obviously it's been reversed since then. Shinnok has no aura. I'm sorry. This dude, I believe I've said it before. This dude is the lamest villain in all of Mortal Kombat. Maybe even the lamest character in all of Mortal Kombat. Because for you to be a fallen Elder God, for you to have so much built up around you, and then just to I don't know, present yourself so he doesn't really try. He's not like Shao Kahn. He's not like Onaga. He's not even like Goro, and he's stronger than Goro. He should be stronger than Goro. I just get the vibe that a lot of Mortal Kombat characters could beat this guy. I understand that a lot of them can't, but I feel like a lot of them can. It's a facts versus how I feel type of thing. Facts don't care about your feelings. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like a lot of these characters would be able to beat him. That's just the vibe he gives off. So yeah, Shinnok is lame. Shinnok, no aura. Shujinko, we know too much about Shujinko. How Darth Vader, once we saw him as a child, his aura kind of it reduced a bit. Same thing with Shujinko. When you see someone running around yeah, I'm a kid, I'm playing, I'm doing things. When you see it like that, and then even as an adult, you're just you were doing weird stuff as a child, even though we all do weird things as children. It's just that we don't really see much of that stuff for most of these characters, but when we do see it, it gets kind of weird. So yeah, there are babalities, but obviously those are parodies. Sindel has strong aura. Sindel, I know this is a weird way to say it, but she has dominant energy aura. Yeah, dominant aura, which I understand sounds kind of crazy, and it is dominant in the way that you're thinking. The in the gutter kind of dominant, but it's what it is. It adds a lot to her aura. What can I say? Then we have Skarlet. I think Skarlet also has strong aura. Maybe I'm being decent aura. I'll put her in decent aura, but she has a lot of aura for the same reason that Aaron Black has a lot of aura. I don't think she's on the same level though. Because she does have some other cool things that make her cooler and have more aura. Not more aura, but that make her cool. She has other things just being or having cool gameplay or having cool powers or whatever. As opposed to Aaron, who doesn't really have anything cool. He just has aura, and that's why people like him. But I feel like most of the reason people like Skarlet is because of her aura. Because she just has some aura that make people like her. I don't know. Then we have Cyber Smoke. Put him in decent aura, mostly because he was teamed up with Noob Saibot. So that 3D era version of Cyber Smoke probably is the one with the most aura. Plus the glowing red eyes really help a lot. And Cyber Smoke, we don't see him as much as the other Cyber Ninjas, so he's got that mysterious nature to him a little bit. And yeah, I feel like most people prefer Cyber Smoke compared to Human Smoke, which I don't know. I feel like Human Smoke, if done well, could be pretty cool as well. Speaking of which, we got Human Smoke. Unfortunately, he's gonna have to go in weak aura. Just because we haven't seen him that often, but when we do see him, It hasn't been that great. There was MK9 Human Smoke, which was just, you know, he seemed like a bit of an idiot. Yeah, he was losing a lot of fights. Got his neck snapped by Sindel and stuff. Died. Wasn't great. Then MK1 Human Smoke was not great either. Didn't really do anything besides get yelled at by Bihan. So, yeah. Then we have Sonya. I think I'm also going to put in weak aura. Just a human. Like, she has about as much aura as, like, your average MMA fighter. So, yeah, that's why I have her there. And then Stryker's got to go in weak aura. Like, I know most people put him in no aura, but I honestly think he has a little bit of aura just because of him being a cop, you know? Cops have aura. Whether it's for a good reason or not, like, should they have aura? Probably not. But they do have aura. You do get intimidated whenever there's a cop around. And you know, Stryker isn't your average cop, but you know, what they all say, isn't it? Yeah. Kuai Liang Sub-Zero. I think he just has decent aura. I think he, like, I don't know. I'm tempted to be like, oh, strong aura, max aura, because he is one of those characters that you're just like, I don't know, that like should have aura. That should have a lot of aura because he's one of the main characters. But I feel like he has decent aura. I think when you think of a Mortal Kombat character and you think of like their aura, like I feel like the Kuai Liang level of aura is like the average. Not average, because clearly most people are in weak and no aura. But like when you think of a Mortal Kombat character and you think of what their aura should be, what aura they would have, I feel like it would be Sub-Zero that you think of, or Kuai Liang Sub-Zero is who you would think of first, or his level of aura is what you would think of for a Mortal Kombat character, if that makes sense. Then we have Bihan. I'm also going to put in decent aura. You might be surprised because my favorite character, you would think he'd be higher. But no, I think, you know, he doesn't try. He doesn't really try to have aura. He's kind of just one of those characters like, I'm here, I'm going to do the job, I'm going to get out of here. Like, he's just like that. And he's just who he is. But he still has some decent aura because of it. Because that aspect of him just wanting to do a job makes him a little cooler. No pun intended. But, you know, he's not insane aura, you know. He doesn't give off that vibe. He's not Noob Saibot. He obviously gains a lot of aura when he becomes Noob. If we're talking about Joe Taslim Sub-Zero, by the way, he would have insane aura, max aura. But no, we're talking about normal Bihan, especially MK1 Bihan. Watch my video about why MK1 ruined Bihan, because that's part of the reason why he's lower. Then we got Takeda. Takeda's going to go in no aura. He has a baby voice. Yeah, he's too baby-ish. Like, I don't know why baby is the word I think of when I think of Takeda. Like, I don't know. I just think of him being like the son of Kenshi, and I think of him being like almost like a son to Scorpion. It's just like, you're the son of too many people, okay? Like, you're too... Like, I just associate Takeda with being like on a lower level, like being an apprentice. Then we got Tanya. Tanya has that like backstabbing aura where it's just like, are you gonna backstab me? It's kind of lame though. Tanya, I'll put in weak aura. Taven, no aura. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Taven fans, if you exist. This dude is just this dude is just there. He's there. Taven is there. Then we got Tremor. Tremor. I'm putting him in strong aura, honestly, because this guy hasn't appeared a lot. We don't really know anything about him. And, you know, he's a Black Dragon member, and Black Dragon members usually don't have that much aura. But somehow this dude just does. Like, he's only made 3 game appearances. Special Forces, which nobody liked. Besides me, I like Special Forces. Go watch my video on Special Forces in the top right corner. And then you have MKX. That's the game that gave him most of his aura. And then he's in MK1. And I feel like a lot of people were super, super hyped for Tremor, even though they didn't really have any reason to. Like, you know, Rockbender character, like, or Earthbender, I guess, correct term. But, you know, most people, like, I don't know, I don't feel like that's, like, a crazy power. I don't think that's anything, like, mind-blowing. But people still really wanted Tremor just because of his aura. Just because, you know, he seemed like a cool character. Like, I don't know. Like, there's nothing really tangible you can think of, like, of why people wanted Tremor so badly in the games. But, you know, when we got him, he was super, super cool. Had a really, really cool moveset, gameplay, stuff like that. And so, yeah, Tremor, strong aura. Then we got Triborg. Triborg, I feel like his aura was a lot more when he was first revealed because people thought, wow, this is such a cool idea. But I feel like most of his aura comes from the fact that people just wanted Cyrax, Sektor, and Smoke in the game. I feel like it wasn't really Triborg as a character, which Triborg isn't really a character. I'll put him in a weak aura just because, you know, he did have a little bit of aura when he first got revealed. But most people aren't really clamoring for Triborg specifically to come back. Most people just want Cyrax, Sektor, and Smoke to be in one game. And if people want that, then, you know, Triborg might be the only option. Then people want Triborg in the game. It's not really because they want Triborg or they think Triborg the character is cool. No one really thinks that. People just like the Cyber Ninja. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. These are the tiers I have. As for the character with the most aura, I think it's got to go to Onaga. I don't think it's almost he's on a completely different level. Like, I feel like when I look at these other characters, like, I feel like they should be on their O tier below it. But yeah, Onaga has insane aura. Who has the least aura? I mean, you know, no aura kind of implies that's the bottom. But you know, they're like, you got like no aura. You can have like even more no aura. Like, you know, some of these characters, even though they have no aura, they have potential for aura. We need a character that just, like, has no potential to ever have aura. And I could just go the easy route, like Mocap or something. But honestly, I'm tempted. Chronica? No. I'm tempted to go with Shinnok. I'm sorry. Like, Shinnok sucks, bro. Shinnok sucks. He should be a cool... He's one of the few... well, not few, but, you know, he's one of the recurring villains within the series. He's been the main villain of 2 games, but he was lame in both of them. He sucked in MK4, and he sucked in MKX. He got beat by Cassie Cage, alright? Like, when you think of aura, like, a lot of it comes from, like, what you should be. Like, and if you don't have any aura when you're a fallen Elder God, when you're the main villain of 2 separate games, like, that's atrocious. Like, yeah, some of these characters might have less aura, but... you know, they shouldn't have aura. Like, I don't expect them to have aura. When you don't expect someone to have aura, that doesn't increase their aura, but it makes their aura less bad, I guess. Whereas, like, Shinnok has bad aura. Like, you have lame loser energy aura, I guess is what I mean. But, yeah. Shinnok, I think, is the Mortal Kombat character with the least aura. Funny how we have a main villain as the one with the most and one with the least. That's funny. But, yeah. That's going to do it for my aura tier list. How long is this? Okay. I wanted this to be a kind of a, not quick video, but like I wanted it to be quicker than this. But no, apparently we've been recording for almost 50 minutes. That's alright. Awesome. I guess I'll end the video quickly. Yeah. Let me know in the comments which characters you would have higher, which characters you have lower, who's your most aura, the strongest aura character for you, which character has the least aura. And yeah, make sure to check out the links in the description to my merch store, Twitter, and Instagram. Also, give this video a like while you're down there and show your support. Also, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. And with that being said, that's it for this video, my whole wannabes. I'll see you next time.